Hey guys, this is Khafi, aka a cup of Khafi, and I'm back with the good tea.
The good tea, the good tea with a cup of Khafi.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you to everybody who's been watching, liking, pressing, doing all that jazz. Thank you very much. I'm loving this. I'm actually feeling really, really cool about it. Like I said, I didn't really want to do this. I didn't really want to be talking about other people's lives and things like that. I've got enough, to be getting on with my life. But I really believe there's lessons to be learned in other people's in the things that are happening around us, in the news that is happening around us. So I'm going to be bringing you that good tea with the good vibes only, finding out what can we learn, what are things we can take away from this. So today is the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd's, I want to say assassination, but his murder. Do you know what I mean? It is the 1 year anniversary of his murder at the hands of police officers in America, or one police officer and others who looked on. And the reason I want to talk about this today, I don't actually want to discuss George Floyd himself. I actually do talk about it in my podcast. I have a podcast called Naked Love Podcast with Premier Gospel, and it is live right now. If you guys want to check it out, it is live. The new episode is all about Black love, and we discuss George Floyd and other things. But what I actually want to discuss today is the outrage that people have been displaying to the fact that people are honoring George Floyd 1 year on, and the Black Lives Matter movement. So here are a few things that I saw on Twitter. They are a bit disturbing, if you ask me, but I just wanted to show you guys so you guys kind of know the kind of stuff that is being said. So first and foremost, President Biden is going to be hosting the Floyd family at the White House, which I think is fantastic, which is wonderful. For the first year anniversary, is fantastic. But what I actually want to show you guys is the reactions that the commemorations and things that are happening have elicited in people. And I'm not going to focus on America. I'm actually talking about in the UK. So let me show you some of these messages. This is from the 22nd of May. So this tweet says, "Today marks the 13th anniversary of the death of Lee Rigby, and 5 years ago, the 22 dead in the Ariana Grande bombing. And yet, towns and cities all over our country are holding vigils and commemorating the death of George Floyd, a convicted criminal. Loyalties, huh?" This is what somebody said. Take of that what you will. Next, somebody literally was much more, this is the thing. In the UK, some people say racism doesn't exist anymore. Some people know it does exist, but I believe it's very veiled. It's very veiled. It's not as spoken about. But this now is somebody who was very vocal. And this is the thing. It's not just about the people who spoke. It's the fact that they have so many people who retweet what they said. I'm not talking about quote tweets. I'm not talking about people who are, writing back things in the comments. I'm talking about people who retweet basically in agreement with what this person has said. So Norwich City Council have said City Hall will be lit up in yellow, pink and turquoise tomorrow evening to commemorate the first anniversary of the death of George Floyd and in remembrance of all Black lives lost in the aftermath. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. What's wrong with that? This person says George Floyd was not a martyr. To be honest, he was an awful person. To do this in a county that couldn't give a My county, take your race baiting and shove it up your ass. This is what this person said. So it's actually one thing to disagree with it. It's actually one thing to say, I don't think, we should. But you can see the anger in people's responses. You can see the anger and the upset that commemorating a year anniversary. I'm not saying anything else that happened before didn't happen or that it didn't matter. I'm not saying that at all. But it's interesting to me to see how much hate that is getting. This really shows us what we're up against with people's mentalities, what we're up against with people's thoughts. You can disagree with something, of course you can. But to have such vile anger towards it, there's more tweets that I don't even want to read. I don't want to promote, and that's why I haven't put them on the screen. I don't want to promote the hate that people are baiting. But I thank God for the Rigby family. If you don't know, Lee Rigby was a soldier who was killed and murdered in an act of terrorism 13 years ago. And his family have released this statement. It said, a message from Lynn Rigby on behalf of the Lee Rigby Foundation. As a foundation and a family, we are aware of a number of posts using images of Lee and his murder in a divisive way to fuel arguments against the Black Lives Matter protests. Lee proudly served his country to protect the rights and freedoms of all members of this great melting point of a nation. Seeing his image used to cause hate of any kind, especially for those exercising their freedoms in protest against this issue, hurts. We find these posts extremely heartbreaking and distressing, and in complete opposition to what Lee stood for. We ask you all to please stop using his image and memory in such posts, as he was a lover of all of humanity. Every race, gender, creed, sexuality, and colour. So seeing such use of his name harms not only his family, but his legacy and memory. Our thoughts and support goes out to George Floyd's friends and family at this tragic time. We wish you all love and peace at this time. From Lynn Rigby. And I just want to say, God bless you, Lynn. Thank you for sharing this post. Thank you for putting out this message. Thank you for being light. Thank you for being light. And this is the good news that I want us to take away. This is, the good tea. Do you know what I mean? This message isn't being circulated half as much as all the other hate and all the other bad things that are being said are being circulated. This is a beautiful message of unity, saying, hey, stop using my Lee Rigby's photos in such a way that he did not stand for this. He did not stand for hate. He did not stand for the division. He did not stand for any of this. And they've sent their support and their love to George Floyd's family and friends. And, to say that people in the Black Lives Matter protests are exercising their freedoms. So thank you so much, Lynn, for this. Again, this just shows us that we can always be a stand for good in no matter the situation. We can always take a stand for good. No matter how dark situations are, we can always take a stand for light. Thank you for this message, Lynn. And thank you, for preserving and protecting Lee Rigby's memory. Because the fact that people have the audacity to use his face and his image to do such things is horrible. Black Lives Matter and still matter. They mattered then, they mattered a year ago, they still matter now. Even though, it has been seen that there's been a regression in, all of the strides that were made, Black lives still matter now. My life matters, your life matters, no matter what color you are, no matter what race you are. But when one life is mattering less than the other, there should be action taken against that. So we still are saying Black Lives Matter. There are still things happening in this life that should not be happening. There was a tweet where a young lady's mother applied for a job as a nurse. She worked all through the pandemic, all through, the COVID period. She got COVID herself. She worked all through it. And she applied for a job, and they accidentally emailed her back saying, oh, here's another application, but it's from another Nigerian again. And we really think in the UK, there's no racism. There was a report that said there's no racism in the UK. Really? Obviously, that email was not meant to be seen by the recipient. It wasn't meant to be sent to her, but it was. And so it exposes and it shows that these things are still happening. So we still need to take a stand. So listen, no matter how much darkness we see around us, we still need to keep going. We still need to keep pushing. We still need to take a stand for light. May we all be light in this world of darkness. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you've enjoyed the good tea with me, your host, a cup of Khafi. Like I always say, let me know what you think below. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know. And also, if you have any other topics you want me to discuss, any other news pieces, anything that's trending, anything that's happening in the news that I might not know about, let me know and let's talk about it. Lots of love, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Bye-bye. And don't forget to subscribe. If you're just watching my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? No, but really, what are you doing? No, but what are you doing? Please subscribe and see you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.